Well, good evening, friends. It's Thursday night here in Ohio, so I hope everybody can join us tonight. It's something new to me that I've never done before. I've never done origami, so this was a fun thing to do. So I am going to wait. Hopefully, some people will join us. I did think I would show you the cards that I've made so far for the a card a day in November that Kevin Thiessen is doing on his page. Sorry. And let's see, this is day one. Hi, Cindy. And this was traditional red, green, cheer, plaid backgrounds, holly, and sentiments. The suggestions are generally, it's just to get you going because sometimes you might not have all the things. Hi, Tracy. You might not have everything because I don't have any current Santa Claus stuff. That kind of thing. So the second day was Winter Wonderland. I used very simple card, white with blue. The third day was warm, cozy Christmas, cocoa, mugs, sweaters, that kind of thing. And this is all retired product, ephemera, that kind of thing. Then let's see, the fourth day was nativity, where several people on my team, we all shared the same card because we did it for card class. Fifth day is Christmas Village. This was pretty easy because I just used the designer series paper. I cut it out, and actually I cut out some and lifted them up a little bit. Pretty simple card. Hi, Cindy. Day six was Santa's workshop, elves, toys, and candy canes. Well, I don't have any of that kind of stuff, but I do have candy canes, so that's what I made. Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny too. I thought it was kind of funny too. Today was reindeer games. Is that right? Am I? I'm. Well, that's tomorrow. So anyway, I digress. And get started. So you are going to need a base that is 5.5 by 11. Here's my measurements: 5.5 by 11. Scored at 1, 4, and 8.25. You're going to need cardstock layers. I chose cardstock layers. You don't have to. Your DSP could be this size, but I wanted cardstock layers, so I'm using Mossy Meadow. 7/8 of an inch by 5 3/8, 2 7/8 by 5 3/8, and 2 5/8 by 5 3/8. And then I'm doing designer series paper that is 3/4 by 5 1/4, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, 2.5 by 5 1/4. And then I'm using a different kind of DSP for my origami, and I am needing a 3 by 3. It'll be scored in half. I'll show you all the scoring. Then you go down 1/2 inch, so 2.5 by 2.5, then a 2 by 2, and then a 1.5 by 1.5. So we are going to do the origami first. So I'm going to put that over there, all that. Move all that. So here are my panels. Got a 3 by 3, 2.5 by 2.5, 2 by 2, and 1.5 by 1.5. These ones I've already done. Okay, so we're going to do one together. So I'm getting my paper trimmer out. So for this, you're making a tree. What you're going to be making is an origami tree. So you're going to score this in half. So 1.5. You're going to make a square, 1.5, and then 1.5. I got this from Creating with Christina Reese. So now you've got like a plus sign on your paper. So you probably can't see it very well, but it's there. Now you're going to do diagonal. So I'm lining the diagonal points in. What did I just do? I just cut my paper. Can you believe that? Wow, we need to get another piece. My goodness. Don't you hate that when that happens? 3 by 3. Let's do that again. 3 by 3. Well, I'm glad that I had additional paper. So we will do that again. 1.5. And it's like I have made so many of these trees, and this is the first time I've done that. 1.5 by 1.5. And then triangle, or you go from your corner to corner, scoring, because you're going to do an X. This is what you're doing. You're making an X in the paper. You're going to do this on all 4 squares. Okay? All 4 squares. Did you see her? I had to watch it multiple times for the folding. So I'm folding on the diagonal mountain. These are both mountain folds. Both diagonals are mountain folds. Okay, like that. And then these corner ones are going to go in. You're going to do this. Okay. Does that make sense to you? The ones that make the plus, they go in. I need my bone folder. Was that on today? I can't even remember if I think because I watched the replay. I didn't see it live, I don't think. But I definitely had to rewatch it and make it big on my screen because I could not tell what she was doing. This was the part I could not tell what she was doing. So you've got your little crease in here from your plus sign, and you're going to take, you have two edges, right? Or 2 sections. You got a back and you got a front. Take the front and you're going to fold it to that line. And honestly, you probably absolutely don't have to do this. It just gives your card more dimension. I think you should at least try it. Have you done it yet, Tracy? Have you made one? So there you go. You're going to have like a pleat in the front. That's your biggest one. This was the 2.5 by 2.5. So I've already scored it. So I'm going to go on the 1/2 inch. I mean on the diagonal or the X. That's what I'm thinking. The X. Going on the X. And then you want to go in on your pluses sides. And I'm going to press that down really good. And then I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going to bring this into that center line. It's like, I hope this is kind of clear. For me, I had to watch it multiple times to figure out what she was doing in this center part. And when you get down to the small ones, it definitely gets a little bit more challenging. Now this one's already folded. And it doesn't matter what's on the other side because you really don't see it. Okay, and then we got to push in and push in. And then we're going to... Oh, John went out deer hunting and he saw 20. And he went out about... It was getting dark so early now that with the time change, and he went out probably about 5:30. There's that. And then this is the tiny one. Holy moly. This is the 1.5 inch, right? Yeah, 1.5 inch piece. And then we push in and we push in. Hi, Lisa. Okay, and then you got to do the same thing. Fold in. I will show you a couple different cards I did with this. I used different card layouts, different stamp sets, just trying different things with it today. I had something else totally different planned, but I happened to catch this and I thought, well, this is intriguing because I've never done origami. So now you have all these pieces, right? You have all these pieces. Now, the biggest piece is going to be at the bottom, okay? So I didn't watch all what she did. I was more interested in just the trees themselves and all that. So you don't want to put them all the way in, okay? You do want them straight, though. Yeah, I've learned that from experience. You want them straight. Because I made one that was not straight. It was very cattywampus. But, and I mean, the Painterly Pears has a really nice leaf pattern that I use. That looked very nice. Well, yeah, and you can just get the little splits all in the middle right there. This, and honestly, I've decided that this is a card that I would put in a box for somebody. I don't know that I want to spend all the extra postage to mail this. That's just my own personal opinion. Like that. And now you've got your little Christmas tree, and that's going to go on a card. This paper is my favorite paper. It's the Traditions of Christmas paper. You know, that red. All the red flowers. All the poinsettias. So I'm going to set this aside. This is done. I mean, it's pretty thick. See how thick it is? It can be pretty thick. And I've tried to attach these, make them go down a little bit. And it really doesn't work very well. That's my own personal opinion on that. I've tried. I've even tried turning them upside down with the glue and putting stuff on it. They still don't want to stay down. They do not. So I'm going to get this piece. This was the 5.5 by 11, scored at 1, 4, and 8 1/4. This flap is on this side. This wide flap. And the 4 is folded over. And then the 1 inch is folded back. Now, if I had had different paper, I might have laid this down separately. I need another piece of paper. If I can find another piece of paper. Okay, here we go. This is going to go like this. We got a white for the inside. Got my sentiment die cut. I'm going to put all these pieces together. If this had green on the other side, I would totally do that. Actually, let me see. What do we have? I don't want blue. I want... See, this probably isn't long enough. Oh, yes, it is. I could do green. I'm going to do green because I really wanted green in the middle. So this is 3/4. 3/4. I'm changing my mind. 3/4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, that's good. Good. So that should go right here. Right. We're going to put that off to the side. I'm not going to use it. Because I really didn't want the front to all be... I mean, I like this paper, but I just felt like it was too much. And I thought that this would break it up a little bit. So there's that. And then I have these other 2 pieces. These were... my cardstock layers were 7 1/8 by 5 3/8. 2 7/8 by 5 3/8, and 2 5/8 by 5 3/8, and then everything else was just 1/8 of an inch down. This one goes on here, right? Right. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I personally don't see blue in the other side of this paper, so I don't know why they put blue on the other side. I like it better when everything is matchy-matchy. They should have had I would think, a green. I like the blue by itself, but if I wanted the card, double-sided, so I could see both sides, I don't know that I would want to use this paper for that. This looks like it has, I don't know if it's Secret Sea and maybe Balmy Blue or maybe Cloud Cover on this side. It's pretty, but not my favorite. Okay, so we have, this one goes right here. Yep, the biggest panel goes on the biggest spot. I'm using Old Olive for my card base and Mossy Meadow for the layering. Did any of you guys get the floral stamp set that coordinates with this paper? This goes right here. Yep. Because I did not. There it is. I did not get, I don't think, yeah, I didn't get the flowers. I got I think I got the words. The traditional labels. I got that. Okay. Yeah, this to me, it'll just break it up a little bit. I saw your sister today, Cindy. I saw Donna, your sister, Cindy. I was talking with the grandkids last night about punctuation and how much, it's important. Punctuation's important. And they didn't understand what I said. And I said, well, let's say, we're getting ready to go to dinner. And I say, let's eat, Natalie, as opposed to let's eat, Natalie. Punctuation is important. And she looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm like, I'm telling you, it's important. You need to know your punctuation. Okay, so that's that. This is this. What I think I'm going to do is put this on here. So I think I'm going to, this does not have to be glued down. This card can go like that. Okay, it can go like that. But because I'm putting the tree on, I think I'm going to glue this flap down because the tree is going to go on top of everything because it's the focal point and I want it to be front and center. Front and center, and this is going to go right here, and I have a piece of brown that I can use for my little trunk, although I don't know if you're really going to see it or not. We shall see. We'll put glue on this. This would need a special envelope, I think. I really like it, though. I really like it. Some people are going to be getting this card because I've made a bunch of them. Okay, so I want that up here because I do want my sentiment. This is where it's important that this is straight. Hopefully this looks straight. And then, where did I put the little piece of brown? Well, I had a little piece of brown. Well, we'll cut another one. I don't know if this is going to matter or not. But we're going to put that down right here. Like that. For the tree. I guess in case somebody looks on the side, they'll be able to see that. Now I'm going to stamp this. I'm using the traditional labels. And I'm going to use black. Memento black. Okay, let us see. See if this works. That's very good. Need to spray. So what time do you have to leave next week for your trip, Cindy? Let's see. Gonna have to get up bright and early when you leave? Okay. Now, this is going to go right here. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with the tree when I'm all done. There's some dimensionals. I don't want that going all the way to the end. So are you leaving bright and early in the morning? Let's see, that's going to go probably right there. And this and this. 6:30 a.m. Holy moly. So you got to get there early. Early. I really should have put some like green on this. A little bit of green on it, but I didn't. Okay. So now I'm going to use these traditional sparkling sequins. Oh my gosh. I have a few left. I've had 4 packages of this on my own. 4 packages. And I'm going to put this stuff right here. And just spot them here and there. Do I want that right there? There. Ooh, this has got to come off. And let's see. Some gold right there. Some green. I mean, it looks like ornaments, right? I was trying to think what else I could do. I need some little small red ones too, not just the big ones. So I guess I'll take this package out and we will get these. Let's see. Like that. And green. But I think that looks pretty. I want one more. I could use pool party. Do you see pool party in this? I don't think I see pool party in this paper, so I'm not going to use it. I am not going to use it. I need green, I think. More green up here. And I think a gold. We want lots of them, right? Okay. So I think that looks pretty like that, don't you? I like that. Now the inside, since I was going to put green, is this green? Yes, regular green. Just want some color on it. I wanted to put this on the sentiment, but I digressed. I forgot. My dog ate one of my cards. I was getting ready to come in here and clean up and getting everything ready for tonight, and she'd already chewed up one of my cards. Ugh, that dog. And I'm also going to use, I want to use the May the Spirit of the Season from the Jolly Holly set. I'm going to use that for the inside sentiment. And I'm going to do some coloring. I think that works. Like that. So we'll cover that up. I don't know. Now I want this. Where are we? I want this. This. And I'm going to do 2 of these. Right there. And right there. I wonder if one of y'all gets this card, if you will remember that you saw me make it or not. I wonder if it'll trigger a memory. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Putting the dark just in the center. Like that. And we'll do the light. You know, Mary Lou's birthday's coming up. I think we need to get a new address sheet. Unless they've had one and I just didn't get one. For our crafty group on Wednesdays. Has anybody heard if we're going to be able to get together on a different day or not? There's that. And some little red berries. Okay. Super duper. Let's cover this before I get in trouble. I do like this better, having that break up. Don't you think that would look better than having all the same paper? I'm just thinking. Always thinking. There's that. Okay. My fingers are sticky. Goodness. There's that. Okay, that card is done. Whoops, I messed that up. This was the first one that I made, and I used the embossing folder, the wreath embossing folder. First one. This is the Perfectly Pairs paper that I used. So that was my first one. This was my second one where I decided to use this paper, which I used again. But I like that. And use that really pretty ribbon. So this is the first time for doing this. Have you guys ever done origami? So yeah, I really like that. So you have until the 10th if you want to get the paper pumpkin for this month. And it looks like it is treat boxes, but you know what? You can always turn them into cards. I'm just saying, everything that they give you, you can always turn it into a card. But you have to do that by the 10th. I did place my order for my mystery craft box, and that will be coming next week, so that I'll be able to get all that out to everybody. Oh, and I'm going to cancel my kit together since my husband's having his surgery on Thursday. He's probably staying overnight because it's a later procedure. Wouldn't surprise me, but I don't know how he's going to be doing. So I am not going to be doing the kit together. Is that on the 15th, I think? Yeah, the 15th. I got to cancel that. I don't want to have people around him. I don't want him to get sick or anything like that. And he's probably not going to be feeling great because they say the recovery isn't that easy, isn't that quick. So, but I'll send out emails to everybody. So thank you guys for stopping by. And I hope you give this card a try. Thank you, Tracy. So I will see, I'll be on here. I'll be on Kevin's group on Sunday, probably about 4 o'clock. But otherwise I'll be back here on YouTube on Monday. So thank y'all for stopping by, and I hope you give this a try. Have a good night and weekend. Bye-bye. Thanks, Cindy.